as you take a look down the street where a CSI command post by the LAPD arrived just a short time ago. They tell us in a news conference just a short time ago that they have not yet been able to gain access inside of the Reiner estate since the initial call came, and that they determined that 2 people were dead inside. When it came to who actually picked up the phone and called 911, the LAPD not releasing the information, the LAPD not even releasing the names of the deceased, even when pressed, said that they would not do that until the coroner makes it official. When it comes to the coroner has not yet arrived here as the LAPD awaits a search warrant. When it comes to a person of interest, a suspect, the LAPD says they're not looking for anyone. This is what happened when we press them further.
So we have officers here at the scene. We have officers in the area. We're not looking for anyone in the Brentwood area at this point. We're not looking for anyone because we're still working on that part of the investigation.
Mayor Bass releasing a statement just a short time ago. You'll see it here, and she says, quote, "This is a devastating loss for our city and our country. Rob Reiner's contributions reverberate throughout American culture and society, and he has improved countless lives through his creative work and advocacy fighting for social and economic justice. An acclaimed actor, director, producer, writer, and engaged political activist, he always used his gifts in service of others." Mayor Bass went on to say that she as well is heartbroken. Now, when we see you tonight at 11, we hope to learn more about what will entail when it comes to LAPD actually making access inside of the Reiner's estate. But it was interesting, Jonathan and Kathy, there were residents here surrounding me in Brentwood, and one of them was bold enough to say to Deputy Chief Alan Hamilton, "Well, are we safe here in Brentwood tonight?" And the chief assured them that they were. Live here in Brentwood, I'm Robert Kovacik. We'll see you tonight at 11.
Robert, we will see you then. Thank you.
The death of Rob Reiner is obviously stunning Hollywood, including his fans. His work as an actor, director, and activist spans decades.
Our Conan Nolan joining us live now in our newsroom tonight with a look back at his incredible career here. Conan.
That's right. So Rob Reiner was one of Hollywood's most successful film directors and producers. He was behind some of the most consequential films over the past several decades. There were rom-coms, but a major film still quoted today regarding the morality of Wall Street. Another major film with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson, a military courtroom drama of the first rate. He first, though, caught the attention of the American public as an actor, playing the hippie son-in-law to blue-collar bigot Archie Bunker in the wildly popular and socially controversial 70s TV show All in the Family, which ran for 9 seasons. There were other acting parts, but his main focus was on screenwriting. Directing and producer Harry Met Sally was the film that sort of invented the rom-com. There was The Princess Bride, and of course The Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio. The Wolf of Wall Street, where he played Jordan Belfort. And then this, Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise in the courtroom classic A Few Good Men. Rob Reiner was the son of Carl Reiner. On Howard Stern not that long ago, he talked about how he had a competition with his father. Carl Reiner, also well known in Hollywood as an actor and a producer and a writer. This is what he had to say to Howard Stern about 10 years ago.
It's a constant competition.
It wasn't even. There's a lot of competition, and I can tell you that it wasn't until, and this is now, I'm in my mid to late 30s, it wasn't until I did Stand By Me that I started feeling myself. And I thought, okay, I'm carved. I mean, a long, long time it took me to start to carve out my own
identity.
world. Yes, and I said, okay, here's a movie that has this humor to it, but it also has a lot of melancholy in it, which is a real extension of myself.
Rob Reiner was also politically involved. He was a big donor to the Democratic Party, took active roles in helping advise some California Democrats. One of the reasons we got word from Governor Gavin Newsom, who considered him a friend. He was also, back in 1998, the champion of something called Proposition 10, which increased the sales tax on tobacco products from 50 cents, including up to $1 on some tobacco products. That money went to something called First 5 California. It was for child health care and education. It still exists today. He was the person behind it. He was also very much a critic of President Donald Trump. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News.
Conan, thank you. Right now, we want to go back out to video from our News Chopper 4 over the home of Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. Still a lot of activity happening there in the neighborhood and questions yet to be answered about what led up to this apparent stabbing. We'll continue to bring you the latest updates from investigators as they continue to come in. Robert and Conan will join us with more live reports on the NBC4 News at 11 o'clock.
3 minutes of gunfire didn't stop.
This was an attack deliberately targeted at the Jewish community on the first day of Hanukkah.
We will not be silenced. As a Jewish people, our light will not be dimmed.
Turning now to our other top story, heightened security at Hanukkah events around the world after a mass shooting in Australia. Officials are calling it a terror attack that was designed to target Jewish people. 15 people were killed and 40 others injured on Bondi Beach. Police have identified a father and a son as a suspected gunman.
Officers shot and killed the father. The son, meanwhile, is in the hospital being treated for injuries, and one man is being hailed as a hero for stopping one of the shooters. Take a look at this incredible video. You can see a man in a white t-shirt crouching behind a car right there before rushing the alleged gunman and wrestling the weapon out of his hands. That video also appears to show a second gunman standing on a bridge nearby, repeatedly firing toward people.
And we want to give you right now a closer look at where this happened. Bondi Beach, it's one of Australia's most iconic beaches. More than 2 million tourists visited just last year. Our Camilla Rambaldi spoke to an LA woman who was in the area for vacation and arrived just moments before all that gunfire went off. Camilla.
Jonathan and Kathy, the woman I spoke with who is from Los Angeles described what took place on Bondi Beach this weekend as a war zone. She says that the gunshots went on for about 9 minutes, that her brother was volunteering and doing security when the unthinkable happened. A warning, the details you're about to hear are disturbing.
My brother saw utter carnage. He saw murder. He saw victims. He saw a rabbi getting murdered in front of his face. A 10-year-old girl, a Holocaust survivor, and even a police officer was murdered.
Tanya Cohen is recounting today the terror of a deadly shooting at Bondi Beach in Australia.
All I could hear was pop, pop. It was so loud.
Police say 2 gunmen, a father and son, opened fire during an event to mark the first day of Hanukkah. Officials say the father was shot dead by police and the son was taken to the hospital. Cohen, who is from Los Angeles, is visiting family there for the holidays. She says her brother was part of a community security group and volunteering at the festival.
He had a choice whether to run for cover for himself or help save others, and he stayed and ducked down and kept cover so that he could help other bystanders and people be safe because he was there to perform a duty.
Cohen says she arrived at the festival with her parents just moments before the gunfire went off and the chaos erupted.
I was saved by timing. Had I been 30 minutes earlier, I would have been directly in the line of fire.
It was then, she says, she started to hear what she thought sounded like fireworks.
About 2 minutes, us and all the bystanders around us realized, no, this is not fireworks. This is gunshots. And it was constant. And it went on for about 9 minutes. We all ducked for cover and ran. There were cars on the street. People were running into restaurants, going under tables, seeking cover.
The cell phone video shared with NBC4 capturing the panic and some of the gunshots going off.
It was absolute carnage. It was mayhem. It was like a war zone. It was immediate pause, shock, and pandemonium. I had bone-chilling pins and needles piercing through my entire body. But all I knew was we had to run for cover.
Running for cover with her parents by her side.
I immediately pulled them and said, it's a shooting, it's a shooting. We have to run. Take cover. And all we did was just, hold on to each other.
A deadly attack that has left her family in shock. She says she's grateful to be alive.
As a Jew, that this country, I could feel unsafe on my own soil where I grew up. I live in America. I grew up in Australia. My family lives here. My home is here. My parents live here, right on the beach. And this is absolutely unfathomable that this could happen in our backyard.
And during my interview with Tanya, I asked her if she has a message for the Jewish community here in Los Angeles, and she said, quote, "We have to be louder and prouder to be Jewish than we have ever been." Live in the News Operations Center tonight, Camilla Rambaldi, NBC4 News. I'll send it back to you.
Camilla, thank you. We are also hearing from another American tonight who heard the moment when those gunshots were first fired.
Evan Morgan was at the beach with his fiancée, and they quickly knew something was very wrong.
We thought maybe they're fireworks or firecrackers or something. And then looking in the direction of where that was coming from, everyone just froze. And then people started moving. And then I realized everyone was running towards us. And then so we had no other option but to just pick up all our stuff and just run as quickly as possible.
Evan said that he and his fiancee drove over to the area where the shooting happened. He says they helped out witnesses who were traumatized by what they saw.
Security has been boosted for Hanukkah events here in Southern California, including the annual Hanukkah at the Park in the Fairfax district. Village Synagogue organizes the event. It brings together families and friends for a concert and menorah lighting at Pan Pacific Park. Rabbi Zami Fogelman and his wife Hannah say despite the tragedy in Australia, they want the community to maintain their joy during Hanukkah. Hannah is a Melbourne native and says she knows some of the victims.
I know many of the people that passed away. I know many of the people that were injured personally. And tonight really is a show in our community that we are never going to cower in fear.
And there's no reason that we should deny that fear, but we should not retreat in fear. So it exists, but we will never cower in fear. We will never retreat.
Village Synagogue partnered with the LAPD to position officers and security guards throughout the park today. They also had thorough screening at checks at every entry point.
We are going to continue to follow the increasing security at local Hanukkah events, as well as what is happening in Australia with the investigation. For alerts and straight to your phone, download the NBCLA app.
A sense of safety shattered. But as we gather together, the important word is together.
Our other top story, a vigil held at Brown University tonight marking yesterday's deadly campus shooting. This was originally supposed to be a holiday celebration, but then became a space for grief and solidarity. Dozens of people showed support for the victims and for each other. Police did have a person of interest in custody, but we just learned that they have now been released.
Officials are now asking the public for help in searching for the shooter. NBC's Erin McLaughlin is following the investigation in Providence.
Students recounted the chaos that gripped the campus.
We could see gurneys being prepared, and it was quite uncertain.
Police! Providence police! Hands, hands, hands! New video shows the moment police stormed a nearby library on Saturday. Students terrified, hands in the air.
Obviously there's something going on. We're here to help you. Just listen to what we have to say, okay?
Researcher Chris Kremer says he heard what sounded like shots fired.
I heard several muffled bangs.
Today, Providence Mayor Brett Smiley recalled how one of the victims at the hospital told him he believes another student may have